All right, what's up, my great YouTubers? Today, I have finally put this video in place. Bane versus Captain America. And pretty much, I am going to be confirming and evaluating all the videos that have ever confirmed Captain America beating Bane. So, in this case, well, as always, we're going to stick with the common basis of each and every of these characters and their capabilities before we put them toe to toe. Okay? So, let's start off with Cap. So, we already know that this guy was trained by the best, learned from the best, and as far as that, he's the best of there is. Okay? And as far as being a tactical fighter, he is the one and only greatest tactician in hand-to-hand combat fighter in the entire Marvel cinematic, well, entire Marvel comic universe. So there's nobody in the Marvel universe that can beat Captain America in a hand-to-hand combat. Now, keep this in mind. As far as being the strategist, Captain America isn't the one and only greatest strategist in the Marvel comics, in the entire Marvel universe. In fact, they've given that to Doctor Strange and Nick Fury. And possibly, and that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna stop right there. Not meaning to get sidetracked. Stay with me. So we all understand that Captain America was endorsed with this super soldier serum that most people have not succeeded in, and he was able to withstand all of the side effects, and it clearly made him into a killing machine. Okay, and in this case, for the sake of people crying about feats, this guy again press lift over 20 tons, okay, with the serum being in his body, and he trained with over 20 tons, exercised with 20 tons, ran with 20 tons, and this was pretty amazing, an impressive feat. But keep in mind the serum, okay? So because of this serum, it literally enhanced this guy's capabilities by numbers. So clearly, with this serum, it literally made him at least 100,000 times, or possibly 1,000,000 times stronger than the average human reaching their peak, like bench pressing 1,000 pounds. So in this case, you have at least 20,000. You got 20,000 guys that reach the peak of bench pressing 1,000 pounds, literally. So you could just say that Captain America is like 20, 30, 40, 50, even 100 times that, and that's pretty amazing. Like, he's 100 times the human. He's 100 times the human peak plus more. Okay, with the serum. So, with that being said, we all understand that because he has these capabilities, because of the serum, it kind of pretty much makes it look like that Captain America is almost Marvel's version of Superboy, except the fact of him not flying and not having full accessibility to his powers. But unlike Captain America, because of the serum, it gives him the capability to do these things. And doing these things kind of really makes it even really impossible for anybody that's under him to ever beat him. Okay, so now we have that point said aside. Now, let's talk about Bane. And I'm not even going to include the Venom in this. So Bane has shown to surpass Batman in pushing over 1,500 pounds. Okay, no, actually pushing over 1,000 pounds. So in fact, he wound up press lifting 1,500 pounds, which isn't nothing to Captain America. Okay, so stay with me, which is pretty much nothing to Captain America because he's enhanced with that serum. Now, with this being said, Bane was able to surpass that to Batman and even possibly get even stronger. But Bane is a very, very discreet villain. Bane is not your average everyday, chemically enhanced, well, without the venom. He's not just your average everyday supervillain looking to cause trouble and take down heroes, you know, just because of it. Bane comes from let's just say that Bane comes from a world where, not meaning a planet, but you guys know where I'm going. Bane comes from a concept of conquering the greatest things. His conception, the concept of where Bane, his thoughts, everything. Where Bane comes from is the concept of him conquering the conquering. Like reaching the top. Dog eat dog. The strongest dog survives. Pretty much in this case a scenario. So Bane has taught and Bane has learned to fight the greatest of the greatest. Okay? Bane has trained and has compelled himself, not just physically, but mentally, compelled himself to fight the greatest of the great. This even explains in some of the other comics issue, for the sake of feats, in the comics issue where Bane was actually powerlifting and max lifting weights. Like I'll just say over 1,500, I'll just say over 1,000 pounds for the sake of the conversation, was max lifting over 1,000 pounds while playing chess adequately. If I'm saying the word, don't mean to butcher the word, but bear with me. This guy was playing chess while powerlifting adequately. Okay, excuse the word, but consistently. I'll just use that word consistently. Like, so this guy was press lifting over 1,000 pounds in playing chess at the same time. At the same time. So if you look at this, Captain America can pretty much process that type of momentum. He could process that type of momentum, power lift weights at the same time and play chess. That's pretty much nothing to Captain America. But, however, the concept of how Bane works is not that he's training his mentality. It's not that Bane is training his mentality. Not only he's doing that, but he's increasing it. He's literally increasing his mentality while he challenges himself to physically lift more weights, surpassing his limit. Captain America can find this because you know how his brain processes. It's a lot faster than the average human. So if you could really understand, Bane's Captain America is not going to be able to press lift the heaviest weight. We've already know he's not going to press lift 20 tons. Well, actually, max press lift his max weight while training mentally. I mean, and doing this at the same time kind of really it will really definitely throw Captain America off his concentration, because it's something like, okay, let's just say that his brain can process two things at one time. But if he's physically training his body, if he's pushing his max, we're not talking about what he works out with. We're talking about his max. If Captain America is able to push his max, right? Keep in mind, this move is very strategical. Okay, this is a strategy that was performed by Bane himself, a strategy that possibly took him years to even do and complete. Or I'll just say DC Comics may have said, hey, it probably took him two years, or possibly took him less than that, took him a month, or possibly 3 days. But it also shows you that when Bane was endorsed with the Venom, it kind of didn't even erect his body. It just he just got adapted to it. He and most people that were endorsed with Venom, it kind of really even killed him, gave him bad behind side effects, and didn't even come out alive. But the situation about Bane, press lifting his max weight, right? And challenging himself to fight the greatest opponent in chess. Like to beat his opponent in chess. One of the greatest players. Well, I'm not going to say one of the greatest players. He just played one of the greatest guys that was good at chess. So in this case, the scenario, I'm going to break it all down to say this. Okay, let's push all that aside. I'm going to break it all down to say this. Bane has forced himself to train at his max weight and fight the greatest guy of chess of all time. Captain America, and see the reason why Captain America won't be able to process this is because pushing his max weight is pretty much giving it your all. At the same time, while you're consistently doing this, you're giving it your all mentally. And so in this case, Captain America may surpass his max weight as far as lifting it, but when he's playing chess to his fullest, he's not gonna begin to understand or comprehend, the process of that, because he's already giving physically enough of strength to pretty much, lift his max weight. And it's going to seem too complex for Captain America to understand, to play his best opponent in chess, his greatest opponent in chess. And like, because he's trying to focus on getting stronger, and it's going to be hard for him to understand his mental capacity and his physical strength. So like, in his mind, you have to understand that he's not the one and only greatest strategist in the Marvel comics. In that case, it really shows you that Bane is more of a strategist than Captain America is. So you may ask, well, Mr. Evaluator, why don't you think that Captain America can do this? What if he can do this? Because, his brain may be 9 times faster, 10 times faster than the average human. Well, the thing is, in this case, Bane is pushing against his limits. Bane is breaking his limits. And let's just say Captain America was pushing his limits as well, right? Captain America has maxed out already to superhuman peak, dude. The highest level of superhuman peak. Because of that serum, Captain America has maxed out to the highest level of superhuman peak. So if he was to get close near to Bane in this strategy, it's going to take him a minute. It's not even like, when I say a minute, it's not going to be 2 days. It's not going to be 1 week. It possibly won't be 1 month. It may be it may run up to a good 6 months. Or, let's just give it a good highball. Let's just say it takes him possibly 3 weeks, possibly a whole month to get this strategy that Bane is working with. So by the time he got that strategy, Bane has already increased and he's doing another strategy. So in this case of scenario, Bane is going to always be ahead of Captain America concerning that specific strategy. He's going to always be ahead of Captain America, right? And also in this case, because, and the fact is that Captain America was made to be the perfection of superhuman. And pretty much to be perfectionate, meaning you can pretty much do what the average human at the highest peak can do. Can't do. So, but this right here concept of physically training your max. Now, if I just say he's not training his max in playing chess, then yeah, he could do that. He could do that. If he's not playing the best person in chess, yeah, Captain America can do that. But the part about lifting your max weight means that you're pushing yourself above the limit, meaning you're going to have to give it your all. And so in this concept, you're really going to have to force yourself. And like most heavy weightlifters, like bodybuilders, when they're picking up their max weight, it's not about you having the physical strength of lifting that weight. It's about you having the courage and having the knowledge to understand and not only know how much you can lift, but understand, beating yourself, like having the courage to surpass your limit, even if it's by 1 pound. So in this case, Captain America pushing his max weight, pushing his max weight while playing the best person in chess, while playing Doctor Strange in chess, is gonna be very hard for him. It really is. It really is. Because he's trying to push past his max weight. Let's just say he managed to push past his max weight while he's consistently playing chess. Bane was working out with his max weight, pushing his max weight while playing chess consistently. And Captain America is pushing past his max weight while playing Doctor Strange. It's to cap because he was never taught this, because he's never trained like this. It's gonna really put him in a state of exhaustion. I mean, like, he wouldn't physically get tired because he can't get tired. He can't get tired. But the thing about this is it's going to put his mind in a state of exhaustion. He's not going to understand how to cooperate and, exercise like this and train like this because he was never taught it. And even if it was taught to him to train like that on a mental concept, because he isn't Marvel's greatest strategist, one and only greatest strategist, it's going to be a lot hard for him to comprehend. And this is for any super soldier. Okay? This is for basically any super soldier. And Captain America won't even be the best at it because he isn't the best. He will get the limits. Captain America has his limits when it comes to pushing weights. But if he's working against his, well, let's just say he don't have limits, then he would literally be like Superman. But he got to have limits. So in this case, Captain America will literally like if he's working out with his max and trying to surpass his max and play Doctor Strange and possibly Nick Fury at the same time in chess, this will literally put his mind in a state of exhaustion. And he's going to be mentally, he's not going to be able to handle it because it'll be too much. It'll be too much to do. So it goes back to Bane having a mind of concentration. He's able to concentrate like this. Bane is able to work out like this and concentrate like this with no problem. He will play 100 people in chess while he's pushing his max. While playing the greatest chess players known in history to man, while he's pushing his max, Captain America he's not even going to be able to compete against this. Because while he's pushing his max, trying to surpass his max and playing the greatest chess players, it's going to be hard for him to understand. Real hard. And he's not going to be able to keep up with that. And he was literally made for human perfection to keep up with literally anybody. But this method, he's not going to be able to keep up with. Cap won't keep up with this method of training. It'll be too much to comprehend and a little too much to understand. So let's just say Tony Stark was to help him out. Then, yeah, it'll be a lot better. But at the same time, Bane will already be ahead of him. As I said from the beginning, by the time Captain America get this method, because of the help of Tony Stark, freaking Bane will already be ahead of those guys. So in this case, Bane is always ahead of Captain America. So now let's go ahead and get into the concentration. Like I just said, that Bane is able to literally concentrate his mind to anything. Anything. If Bane ever comes, because I told you the concept from where he comes from is to be strong, is to take on the strongest. Like, if you're the best fighter, it's his momentum to fight the greatest fighter and beat the greatest fighter. Like I said from the beginning, Bane's modem is to conquer the conqueror, take down the emperor, and he become the emperor. This is how he was able to beat Batman. And here's another thing. Before Bane even got into it with Batman, he literally had to watch Batman, because he came to understand that Batman is not your average, everyday greatest fighter. Because if he was, Bane would have beaten him. Like, Bane would have even beaten pretty much anybody. But the reason why, okay, so in this case, let's just say, don't mean to get sidetracked, but let's just say that the way Bane works is that Bane watches his opponents. So it's like, if it's like putting Bane in a restaurant. Bane is able to tell at least 30 different foods of flavors without even tasting them, because of the concentration, the concept of his mind. So he can easily know, like, literally after fighting Captain America, he would literally know that this guy is not good enough to fight me. He would literally know that Captain America isn't the greatest, isn't the best at what he do. So in this case, a scenario, when we put these two in the battle, Bane, because he knows this about Captain America, is he will literally understand, he will literally allow Captain America to beat him, just so that he could see how he fights. And it doesn't matter how many moves this guy has mastered, because he has watched Captain America and understood what type of guy he is and how he fights. Literally, he's able to beat you and break you like he did the Batman. It literally took him some time to fight the Batman. Literally, because he had to sit there and watch him. So it'll literally been like, I'm not sure if he made that statement, because right now I'm still in the process of looking for it. Bane has literally stated that only a fool will run up to Batman and fight him. That's a low-level street criminal. That's a low-level street criminal that'll just run up and fight anybody. But Bane classifies the only way for you to beat Batman is that you have to watch him. You have to literally watch him. You have to understand everything about him. Because if it wasn't for Bane to acknowledge how Batman fights, he would have never beaten Batman. He would have never beaten Batman. He literally had to go out his way and, like, literally go out of his way and concentrate on Batman. So in this case, if he would have ever concentrate on Captain America, you best believe he would literally know how Captain America works. Everything. And this is Bane without the Venom. The Venom, however, does concentrate on his brain. I mean, it does take a little memory from him. It kind of makes him, dumb, the more venom he injects into his body. And it kind of even drives him mad. So that kind of really does give Captain America an advantage, because a bit of his memory is erased. But in this case's scenario, Bane without the Venom is strong enough to bruise Captain America and literally break him. Now, you may ask, well, Mr. Evaluator, how come Bane has not shown any form of martial arts to study? How come he? Well, because then again, you have to look at the concept of Bane. If you are the greatest martial arts fighter, because he's just as more of a strategical fighter than Captain America, he's only going to pick three of the deadliest basic moves in martial arts, and he's gonna train with those specific moves. So when he fights Captain America with the basic hits, he's only gonna fight Captain America with the diversion of what he wants to what he wants Captain America to react to. And so once he get the reaction in the exact time he wants, then he's gonna hit Captain America with a deadly hit. Then he's going to be able to break his shoulder, break his ribs, and possibly even break his neck. So in this case, Bane is like a one-time hitter-quitter. You know, that's pretty much what he is. So after watching and studying Captain America, like, and understanding, like, that there's this drug serum that he's just, so basically he's gonna clearly see, oh, you're just an ordinary guy that just surpassed a freaking drug serum that gave you enhanced capabilities. You're just an average everyday guy with super soldier serum. And with this, guys like Captain America, Bane actually spars with and train with on a daily basis. Well, I'm not going to say that he did, but I'm just going to say that Bane actually trained with these type of guys. He spar around. He tossed these guys around the room. So he's going to clearly see that Captain America is pretty much a joke to him. It's pretty much a joke to him. Captain America will literally be a joke to Bane. And this is Bane without the venom. This is Bane without the venom. And the thing of him, in this case, physically, Captain America should be stronger than Bane. Well, actually, screw that. Push that aside. In this case and scenario, Captain America is way stronger than Bane. But Bane has the advantage of knowing what type of guy this is. So he's going to say that this guy's literally overhyped. So the plan with Bane is that he's going to overhype Captain America as usual. And he's, like I said, he's going to allow Captain America to beat him just so that he can understand the way he fights and how he fights. Once he understands that and they actually get in a fight again, there'll be no way in the world Captain America will consistently beat Bane, because Bane already knows how he fights, what he uses, and how he uses it. So if he says that he's going to study that Captain America, if he finds out that Captain America has mastered over 127 of those moves, he's going to study only 3 of those basic moves in each fighting style and use that as a counterattack against Captain America. And most of those fighting styles that he will use would just only be a diversion, just so that Captain America can leave an open space for Bane to attack him and possibly break him. And in this case, like, the shield is pretty much useless. So at that scenario, he could just possibly lock Captain America in a submission and possibly even put him to sleep or break his neck, either one. And literally but okay, so I'm going to say, I ought to say this. Bane has a mental capacity that literally surpassed Captain America. And because of his mental stability, Cap won't be able to keep up with that. He just won't. He's not going to be able to keep up with that. That'll just be like, okay, Captain America is fighting Doctor Strange and Nick Fury at the same time. I mean, yeah, he'll beat them, but as far as what they have planned, nah, he's not going to be able to keep up with that. So pretty much like Tony Stark stated, you're just a special piece of equipment that was whipped out of the bottle. And under that, in this case, it really doesn't give Cap any time to even beat Bane, because, I mean, Bane will want him to beat him just so that he can learn how he fights. And so with him studying that, he could use all those moves against Captain America, just so that Captain America can give him an open space and beat him. So in this case, guys, Bane without the venom beats Captain America because of his mental stability. Now, with the venom, I would say, as much as Bane has learned about Captain America, he's not gonna use that amount of that dosage to basically cause his brain to, dysfunction. So what he'll do is use enough strength, okay, like I said with Batman, equal to Captain America. Well, at least 10% to Captain America. Oh, I'm sorry about that, guys. I hate this phone. At least 10% to Captain America. So if Bane even uses the Venom, Captain America, before the serum, has never surpassed any human peak. But Bane has. And because he got over 1,500 and he used that Venom, it's going to enhance it. So let's just say it's going to make him half as strong as Captain America. And if that goes to happen, we already have that he was beat by Bane beat Captain America because of his mental stability, his mental capacity. So with the Venom, he's going to use enough that is equal, at least half as strong as Captain America, where he still has a portion of his brain, where it can actually function without affecting him. And literally, he just destroys Cap. He destroys Captain America. Bane has studied this Venom, and instead, he will go to the Marvel Universe and pretty much find that same serum that Cap used, and he's gonna steal that serum, dude. He's gonna capture Cap, as always, and he's gonna steal that serum from him. He's gonna make him tell him what that serum is. And like with Captain America, he's not gonna ever tell Bane, but Bane will just leave him in a state of torment, because that's what Bane is all about, torment. So he's gonna leave Cap in a state of torment, and he's just going to really go out the Marvel Universe and study everybody else. And once he understood how everything works, then he's basically going to go back to Cap and tell him that, hey, I'm going to study your blood, and I am going to make a serum of my own out of the DNA in your blood. Okay? And when he does that, it comes to be that he samples Cap's blood, and he takes that blood just so that it will lead traces to how the serum was made. And so he's going to tear through New York, all across the Marvel Universe, the country, getting those pieces that he found in his blood to make the super soldier serum. So now that Bane has got those things, after surpassing through, people secretly, very discreetly, he puts those things together and finally creates the same serum that was endorsed into Cap's body. And in this case, he injects himself with the serum, knowing that he already surpassed his human feat capabilities. He already surpassed the top of human peak. Now he already has his Venom. That Venom's it's gonna combine with the Venom he already has in him, and just pretty much make this guy almost like Superman in this case. Well, actually, it'll make him like the Incredible Hulk himself, the Incredible Hulk. And in this case, let's just say it gave Cap a healing factor. So in this scenario, Bane has a healing factor as well. And with Captain America still in torment, he says, you did it well, and he just kills Cap. He killed Cap, He killed Cap. And basically, in this process, if he figures that Cap doesn't die, what he does is not only he samples his blood, he samples a way to basically end Cap. And that pretty much happens. So in this case of scenario, Bane beats Captain America both ways. Mentally, and because of his mental stability, he destroys Cap. There's no way Captain America will keep up with Bane. No way whatsoever. And if you want to decide to put up those comics and talking about, oh, Cap's going to use his shield, that wouldn't even be necessary because Bane already has something for everything. You saw how he took down the Batman. Captain America is pretty much a joke to him. It wouldn't be a problem with Bane with that shield, because Bane has something to counter everything, okay, in that scenario. So, yeah, Bane destroys Captain America. Uh, so, if you guys have any questions or comments, leave it under the video. I have a long list of people that I will be putting up together, so look out. Oh, and I didn't mean to get aside, but for those of you who literally still think that Captain America can beat Bane, and you bring up that comic issue where the Marvel DC characters actually cross over and he uses shield to beat Bane, uh, then you may as well go on and tell me that Storm can beat Wonder Woman. All she needs to do is summon a big bolt of lightning and take out Wonder Woman. So I'm saying that to say this, that book is irrelevant, and it was pretty much based on a popularity contest, and it really didn't honestly make sense at all. So like I said, if you guys have any questions, comments, or any concerns, leave the comment in below. And for those of you, in case you may ask, well, Mr. Evaluator, is it so that Bane consistently beats Captain America, or is it just once? Well, the thing is, it's consistently. It's pretty much consistently, because as I said, that Bane's mental capacity is way above Captain America, and Captain America isn't the one and only greatest strategist in the Marvel universe. But if he was one of the greatest strategists in the MCU, and being the greatest tactician is, yeah, he would definitely give Bane a run for his money without the serum. But with Bane being ahead, Captain America would pretty much be like Batman. So he'd literally have to watch Captain America for some years and train. And once he gets to the part where he will fight Captain America, but it will be a bloody brawl. But then Cap will be on top. But then again, because of Bane's mental, if Captain America was the one and only greatest strategist in the Marvel MCU. But because he's just the best, he's just pretty much a joke to Bane. And Bane takes him out and pretty much even wipes him out. So, like I said, if you guys have any comments or questions and any concerns, leave it in the comment below. Appreciate you.